Here we go. Einen wunderschönen guten Tag zu einer etwas unchristlichen Zeit. Normalerweise streamen wir ja um 20:30 Uhr. Heute streamen wir mal um 12:30 Uhr und das hat einen bestimmten Grund. Der Grund heißt Jonas.
Jonas?
Jonas, ja. Hat mir nicht gesagt, er ist von Anfang an dabei? Ich bin noch. Ne? Okay.
Aber wenn wir schon über Jonas reden, können wir auch Jonas dazu holen. Hallo,
Ja,
Jonas.
hallo Jonas.
Hey.
Na?
Schönen guten Morgen in die Runde. Ich hoffe, das ist alles
Das ist
in Ordnung.
ungewohnt, nicht guten Abend zu sagen bei uns.
Ja,
Das ist echt so.
Ich mag die Beleuchtung nicht hier. Das ist ja
ist echt so. Aber, werte Zuschauer, wir werden gleich die Sprache wechseln. Denn ja, Jonas ist zwar da und ich glaube, na komm, wir stellen uns nochmal alle vor. Zuerst du, Jonas. Stell dich doch bitte nochmal vor.
Okay. Ja, ich glaube, viele kennen mich eigentlich aus der Steelers Nation für die Draft Coverage und mit Teil des Vorstands. Genau, und immer gerne am Game Day für einen netten Plausch am Start. Und ich liebe es einfach, mit allen Leuten hier zusammen Football zu gucken. Und Here We Know ist jetzt seit letztem Jahr unser Baby, wo ich mich auch gerne immer beteilige. Ja. Entschuldigung, ich bin gerade erst aufgestanden. Ich habe sehr kaltes Wasser.
Überhaupt kein Problem. Aber um es mal Tobi zu sagen, das ist richtig. Wir reden hier heute alle auf Kölsch, damit ihr auch alle versteht, was wir hier heute machen. Es ist nämlich folgendermaßen, wir reden heute über die Pittsburgh Steelers und über deren Head Coach Mike Tomlin.
Mein Gott.
Ich weiß nicht. Aber das ist... Oh Gott.
Mal wenn er will, können wir es auch auf 6 machen. Das ist überhaupt kein Problem. Doch reden wir über den Tomlin, Mike.
Du hast doch einen...
Wir können es auch auf Holländisch machen.
Diese Uhrzeit tut uns nicht gut, merke ich.
Nein, definitiv. Es ist auch heiß. Ich sitze hier im Dachgeschoss. Bei 48 Millionen Grad. Und Sascha, stell du dich kurz mal vor und dann kommen wir doch zu unserem Gast, bitte.
Ich bin der andere Sascha. 1, 2 Leute da draußen werden mich auch kennen. Auch im Vorstand der Steeler Nation Germany, Podcast, Here We Know. Und ich versuche halt immer, hier ein bisschen präsent zu sein. Ich freue mich drauf, was wir heute machen, weil es ist wieder mal eine besondere Ausgabe, weil wir haben ja auch einen speziellen Gast. Und da freue ich mich jetzt drauf, ganz einfach.
Ja, und deswegen wechseln wir jetzt auch die Sprache, damit er uns auch versteht.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're going to switch our language in English. So please, let him in. Hi
there. Mate, I understood 2 words. Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go.
So, Mark, just introduce yourself to our audience, please.
G'day, guys. I am Mark from Steelers Nation, Australia. Unfortunately, I don't speak German. I've only been there, I think, I was telling the fellas before offline. I've been there once in my life during a Kentucky, like a Euro trip. So, good time though. Don't remember the night or the 2 nights I was there, but it was good fun. But I'm pretty happy to be here, man. I run, just like Nate Herbig, happy to be here. I run Steelers Nation Australia on YouTube, so it's a good time. But I'm pretty keen to talk Steelers. I do want to know though, like in German, how do you say the Bengals suck? How do you say that?
Die Katzen stinken.
Because I can't stand them. I can't stand the new Bengals, the new era, what they're trying to build. I can't. They're the one team I hate the most. Absolutely hate them.
Yeah, you hate the Bengals.
Yeah,
because of their culture, or why?
The big reason was because when Hushman Zada did the terrible towel with his feet. It was also when I started, watching. It was 2016 or 15 was Vontez Burfict when he started playing really bad. Pac-Man Jones it was all those kind of guys that I thought were injuring our players on purpose, like Le'Veon Bell and stuff like that. Didn't like their character, and ever since around that time when we went to the playoffs and we beat them by the field goals, Chris Boswell, the overall hatred really started with that, like big time.
I actually was in the stadium when Burfict hurt. I guess it was Le'Veon Bell. Yeah. when he tore his ligaments in the
It
knee.
was the sideline, right?
On the sideline, right? Yeah, I was on that.
Yeah.
It was the return game of Ben, I guess. He was hurt three games. I don't know exactly. I mean, 3 games, and it was a pretty close game. And after Perfect hurt Bell, all the chances to win run down the river.
Yeah. I felt like he did it on purpose in some aspects.
Yeah, he hurt AB on purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we want to introduce you to our German audience, and we have some questions for you. And if you have some questions, just feel free. If the stream has, if the chat has some questions, just feel free, guys, to write them down, and we will ask Mark here in the stream. So the first question is, how did you become a Steelers fan?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I was a fan when I was a kid, so I was a fan of American football. I'd say around the 2000s, or I think it was around the time where the movies came out, like Remember the Titans, and the Madden game Sega. So 1996, I remember playing that with my brothers, and I thought this game's kind of cool, So that kind of introduced me to the game with Madden, and all the movies came out, the Little Giants, the Replacements, Waterboy, stuff like that, right? Remember the Titans, all those kind of things. And I was like, okay, football's pretty cool. You can hit one another, start to learn. I became a fan though of the Steelers. I'd have to say, I think it was 2002 or 2003 with Maddox. So I started I was like, I got to choose a team. And the only reason why, I don't know if you guys are similar, the only reason why I chose the Steelers was based on the colors alone. That's it. I thought at that stage, I thought it was black and yellow, but I know now it's black and gold. But I was like, man, that looks cool. I like their uniform. I used to watch like Amos Zeraway, Dan Kreider. I saw Maddox playing. I thought he was cool. Tommy Gunn. And that's what started from there. And then Maddox went down and Big Ben started. The next minute we're winning Super Bowl 40 and 43 and stuff like that. And then from there, I pretty much talk about it every day now. It's crazy.
So tell us about Steelers Nation Australia. What is it exactly? Do you have a band of fans, or what is it?
Yeah, so pretty much I started doing, I don't know about you fellas for the same, but I started doing Steelers Nation Australia on Facebook in 2017, based purely on the fact that my friends were sick of like talking to me about football. I don't know if you guys had that, where you don't have, you guys had this, you have like your own, Steelers Nation Germany right now, where you can talk football as long as you want. Back then, I was like, okay, I got to do something. I got to make like a page or a group or something to get that Steeler, conversation off my chest. So I created the Facebook. I then got an opportunity about 2 years later. I end up texting or emailing. You guys might have heard from Behind This Little Curtain. I used to do some podcasting over there. So I emailed Bad or Brian Anthony Davis on Behind This Little Curtain. I said, I want a job. Can you give me a job? They gave me a job, and my other mate, Matty Peveril, we started doing podcasting. Then the pandemic hit, and I was like, I'm pretty bored. I need to make like a YouTube channel. So I made a YouTube channel. Now we've got over 1.4K subs, and more or less like the audience is America. So all the stuff I do is like live streams, same as you guys, podcasts, videos. It's everything is pretty much like 85% is about American base, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. It started from Facebook and pretty much started from my friends don't care. Like they do, but they don't. You know what I mean? My family doesn't care. This is a way that I can get my Steelers passion, same as you blokes, out somewhere. Someone can listen to it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Cool. We hear a lot of similar things. Like most of the guys over here became fans, and we're looking for other dudes to talk about the Steelers. But let me ask you about American football in general in Australia. How big is it there? Can you see it? Can you watch it on TV, or do you have something like the Game Pass like we have from the NFL, where you can stream every game on a kind of pay TV? We all know Australia for rugby, cricket, and Aussie rule footballs, but that's it.
Yeah, so it's kind of changing now. I think Game Pass, I need to look into it, but there's a lot of easy ways to watch football now. Game Pass is going on to a new server or a new company. I'm not too sure if you guys heard that either. With the international. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that is, to be honest. I actually might cancel my Game Pass and then try and get free games as best I can until I have to buy it again because it's like $400 for the year. But no, in Australia now, I'd say like out of the population, maybe a good 5 to 10% fans watch the NFL. People still don't like it though. They think it's too slow. They don't like the padding. They don't understand the rules. But the big thing is they just don't understand the game. Once you learn and understand the game, the whole football world opens up to you. It is amazing to see when the quarterback can take care of their weakest cornerback, take care of the middle linebacker situation. You know, when you see our mate Devin Bush not tackling, you're like, what are you doing, mate? And there's a reason why he was cut, right? Or he didn't get brought back. So pretty much like, yeah, I'd say about 10% of fans in Australia are starting to learn the game. They've actually, I don't know what team you guys have for the International Pathway Program. They gave us the Eagles and Rams. So I'm filthy about that. So
Well,
I don't know.
We got the Panthers, Falcons, Patriots, Chiefs, and the Bucks, I guess.
Yeah.
We all just got all those teams. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I don't get it, man.
But see, that's what I experienced when I've been to Australia. That like many Australians are like, they think about football as like rugby with pads. So they're like, it's a pussy sport. That's what they told me.
I don't think so. I think it's a crazy sport. You tell that to James Debo Harrison. You tell that to Cameron Hayward. I think it's
like,
one of the greatest sports ever.
You never. I was like, come on. Have you ever seen a game? Oh no, it's bullshit. They say, and I was like, come on.
What about the bloke that James Debo Harrison almost decapitated that Browns player? Would he say that? I don't think he's even probably speaking right now. The guy that got cut in half, the receiver. I think these guys run at such speeds and they're so big and physical. Even the new guys, like I saw the Keanu Benton has a wrestling degree. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got a wrestling background. Yeah. He's going to be so big for us in the nose tackle position or the defensive line to move people around because he knows what to do. So that pussy stuff, I don't get it, man. These fellas know how to hit. You look at the Eagles guy, Brian Dawkins, Troy, all those guys, Ryan Clark. I don't know what you want. That's crazy to me, man. But we have the same thing here. Australia doesn't like too slow. It's too slow, too many flags, that kind of stuff.
I guess it's slowly growing. It's progressing. Your national team is doing quite well, I guess, in the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Do we have a national team? Do we like lads? Do I? Do we? Okay.
Okay.
I played with a couple of them.
All I know is that we have flag football here was pretty big.
No.
There you go. Maybe I should be supporting them.
You should. You actually have a couple of leagues over there. I played for one of their teams.
Which one did you play for? Sydney team?
For West Coast Wolverines. No, it's in Perth. West Coast Wolverines. They play Grad West. Yeah.
The only one I know a little bits about it, right? The only one I actually not played for. I trained when it first started was the Central Coast Sharks. I'm from the Central Coast between Sydney and Newcastle. And the very first day that I walked up there, I was almost thrown up because I was so unfit. I was 19 years old, so unfit. Went out the night before, had drinks at a place called Woodport, got Dunskies. And I'm not a physical guy to play it. So I thought, I want to be a quarterback, I want to be this, I want to be that. Yeah. I threw that away real fast. But there are local leagues like Sydney, Melbourne. I think Canberra's got a team. There are like leagues like that. It's. I just haven't kept up with it, but I wish them more luck though, because some players come out of that.
Yeah, that's true actually. I mean, you're actually quite good in the punting game. So I guess you have like an academy for punters. Yeah.
I think there's like 3 or 4. Is there 3 or 4 punters now? We had Jordan Berry, of course, for the Australian for like 5 years. I didn't mind Berry. Actually. I thought he was okay, and he went to the Vikings and he punts better than that. He punts there because indoor saving.
We had Brett Wing as well.
Yeah, he was a punter for us too. Now he's in the XFL.
Yeah.
So
and you got Michael Dixon for the Seahawks. I guess he's a great punter.
He's a good one. He's one I think I would love to trade for if he had that. So, I can't get rid of that.
But Mark, Slotty asked if you have a game day routine or stuff like that. How do you watch the games?
So, okay, in a big nutshell, basically, like I'll do it in Pittsburgh terms or USA time. So, like the 1 p.m. games is my 3 a.m. So I wake up at 3 a.m. I have to wake up. Actually, the only game I've missed in about 15 years was the Jets game because I knew Trubisky was starting. and I went out the night before the National Rugby League Grand Final, and I was going to get up, and I was like, I can't handle it. It's week 4. We're playing really bad. I know we won the one with the Bengals, but the offense stunk up to that far. So I slept in, and I actually missed Kenny Pickett's debut. I'm probably the only Steeler fan in the world that missed Kenny Pickett's debut because I slept in. But we have 3 a.m. for the 1 p.m. games. 4 p.m. is like 5 a.m. or 4. And then the 8 p.m. games is my 10 a.m. But I guess the 8 p.m. games for you guys is like your 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
So we finally have a guy. It's more hard for you to watch the game that's even for us. Because, the 1 p.m. games are at 7 p.m. our time. So that's a really cool time for us. But the late game's killing us. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so that's not bad though. 1 p.m. game is 7. That's make dinner, have some drinks, go to the bar, whatnot. I look forward to the prime time games because that's my 10 a.m.
Yeah,
where you guys must be like, oh damn, that's prime time.
Prime time over here is like you probably have to take a day off at work, or you're just getting up at 2 a.m. and you start your day with Steelers football, and you go to work right away. It's always it's a little pain.
Yeah, before I used to do that because I live stream every game. Now I live stream my reaction to the game and I have a really good community on my channel. Before I did that, I would just lay in bed and I would either listen to the Steelers Nation radio when I couldn't get the game, or I would get the game illegally somehow or Game Pass. I'd lay in bed and then I'd just go, oh, we won, and then sleep. But now I got to wake up at 3 because it's fun. Like I love live streaming and having fun with the community, man. But it's still pretty rough. Like, it does suck. And I'm so excited, man. I can't sleep. Like, if it's this time now, I am not sleeping till 3. I'm wide awake. Like,
see, that's a great thing for night games and like every Steelers game. The people from Steelers Nation Germany they just jump on Discord and they hang around just like we do. Maybe not on air, but they just start talking about the game. So it's like a watch party every week, just online.
Yeah,
so
that's not bad either. It's not bad. And we're going to be like, I'll tell you what, we got a big chance for week 1. I tell you, the more I look into it, I know they're a good team, but I don't trust the quarterbacks that the Niners have. I think we can upset them. Tell you that.
Hope so.
Take that.
So, people in the chat, a guy, MeatWhip21 asked, who's your favorite player? And I want to qualify that question because I want to know who's your favorite Steeler on the actual roster and all time.
Right. Well, I got 2 of this, and I don't want to come off sounding offensive or whatnot, but I need to figure this out. How do I pronounce this bloke's name? Our long snapper. Because I bought this bloke's name. Because this is totally different.
Chris Kunz.
Yeah. Now, in my language, it's hilarious, right? Isn't
It is.
Isn't that German?
Well,
yeah, but in German we would say Kunz. So
yeah,
right. Yeah. You know how happy that makes me, like, because Jonas, you've lived in Australia. You know what that means.
Yeah, I do know that.
You know how
you're a good mate.
Yes. There are, I can't say it, but there's a slang there that says people you don't know you call your mate, and other ones you do know you call Christian Kunz. And I'm like, I love the fact that he's actually a good guy too. I've seen him on Talkum. I love the fact that I can buy that jersey and I'm allowed to say it online. In the day of cancellations, I just think it's great because I don't say it all the time, but like it's just funny to me. So he'd be my favorite, maybe like TJ. But I wanted to clear the air. I was like, you guys, it's from. He must be from Germany, right? Is he from there or something? I don't know.
No.
He maybe has a German background, but he's American. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even better when Americans say his name too. It's even better. But I'd probably say, to be honest, my all-time favorite is James Debo Harrison. I just think, I know it should be Troy in my era, but James Debo Harrison, the way he played the game, and I know he was a Bengal and I know he was a Patriot, and that sucks, but the way he played the game, I thought was fantastic. Like that game against the Ravens where he had like the pick, 3 forced fumbles, the sacks, all that stuff. One of the best games. I think it was Monday Night Football, and he tackled the bloke with his helmet, and the next minute was in the air. I think he's my all-time favorite.
Okay, So, Slotty wants to know: have you ever been to Pitt for a game? Do you follow the other Pitt teams, Pens, Bucks, Panthers?
I don't follow the other Pitt teams. If I've been to the Penguins game, I think it was Penguins versus the Devils in 2016. It was the night before I went to the Pittsburgh game. So I've been to Pittsburgh 3 times. Once in 2015, just to see the city for the first time was amazing. Second time was the Christmas Day game, was Steelers versus Ravens. So that was fantastic. I stayed back in the stadium, man. I stayed back half an hour and just looked at people and it was in the crowd. I just thought, I'm never going to be here again for a long time. Might as well stay back. And that was the Antonio Brown and the extension. That was Big Ben winning the division. That was fantastic. So, but I don't really follow any other Pitt teams really. Maybe the Maulers this year, but nothing like our team, pretty much.
Would you have traveled to the United States without being a football fan, or was it the main reason to come to the US?
That's a hard question, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I'd probably say yes, but it's like it's so hard. Okay, this is really hard. It's really hard to say I'm not a football fan. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to put myself in the headspace. If I wasn't a football fan, what would I do? I'd probably just go around the Grand Canyon and stuff, which I have done. But I think football, in American football, it gives you a purpose to go over. Like I wear my Steelers jersey or shirt or what in the airport, and I meet random people. Like I've actually met Jonas here. We know the same person. He met a bloke who's a Denver fan, Alvin, in Byron Bay, and I met the same bloke in Canada, and we didn't know until today or a few days ago. That blows my mind. So I probably would go over there because I've been to America I think 4 times. I've been to like Gettysburg, Washington, done all the tourist stuff. But knowing the fact that I have a team there, man, it's unreal. Like you guys are going over there soon. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
110 days away, I guess, right, Jonas?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And looks like it. Yeah.
What week are you going?
count.
Are you going week 7, 6?
Week
8,
8,
9.
9.
Yeah.
So we should hopefully we're 6-2 by then, or maybe something like that.
Maybe we are 7-0
So no,
till that day. Till week 8.
But it's a funny story with the guy Jonas and yourself, and we have a funny story about that too concerning our trip, because we were renting an Airbnb in Pittsburgh for the trip, and the host we didn't know before, but the host is a guy who went to Germany with his family and watched the game in our own Steelers pub in Heidelberg, and we partied with him, and we didn't know that we are renting his Airbnb now. So Steeler Nation is worldwide, but also it's very small, and you always meet people you already know.
You can look at Steelers Nation Germany, especially in these weeks. Like there, I guess 20 people coming. Like we didn't know everybody like was setting it up for their own 2 or 3 people, but we jumped on Discord and everybody was like, yeah, week 8 and 9, maybe the Packers as well, and so we'll be like 20 people going to the Jaguars game, and we didn't know.
That's because
from Germany.
That's because the schedule favors that week's, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a Sunday home game, a Thursday night home game, so.
You could actually tell by the ticket prices, like for the flights, because when the schedule came out, like I was like just working on our flight schedule, and the ticket prices for the flights, they were like going crazy after that, because everybody was like searching for tickets going at the same dates, going from Frankfurt to Pittsburgh, and I was like, come on guys, I needed to buy a ticket here. Stop counting.
That's the best though. That's the best way to do it. I want to when I go back again, I want to see back to back, like Sunday to Thursday, and you can do it in 10 days. And you guys said you're going to the Hall of Fame too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys been there before?
Yeah, last year.
Me now.
It's fantastic.
It's just awesome. It is awesome.
Oh, it's unreal. It's dead set one of the best. I was almost so close to, before the pandemic happened, I bought tickets to Troy's Hall of Fame speech. Then the pandemic got involved, all that kind of crazy. And I had a when the top tier, I had a $5,000 ticket, and I didn't want to spend it, but I wanted to be there for Troy. But now I'm going to wait for Mike Tomlin. I'm going to wait for 2040, because it gives me a few years to save. Like, he's not going anywhere. So, and and then you got to wait 5 years anyways. When he goes to Hall of Fame, I'm going to buy the same package because they're going to be about like 70 Steelers there, like just for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess the next Steeler going into the Hall of Fame is a guy that wore number 7.
Yeah, Ben should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
Tomlin gives
maybe-
you more time to save.
Okay. Yeah, I understand the trouble. I understand the trouble, yeah. No, but maybe I want to go 2027, right? 27?
Yeah, you could do it, man. You could do it. If Big Ben's there, there's going to be a lot of Steelers there. There's going to be a lot of people there for him. So it would be quite, because I think Troy's was quite emotional. Even his speech too was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like
his
about talking
speech
about
was
how to be a
awesome,
Steeler.
yeah.
I think that's fantastic because the package I got was pretty much you have breakfast with them. You almost do everything besides sleep in their bed. It's a good time. But then the pandemic got involved. But I'm thinking Mike Tomlin's here for the next. If you love him, I hate him. I love him. I don't know why people that get against him. I can see some critiques, but he'll be here probably for the next until Kenny's time's up. I reckon he's here for a while.
I guess the problem with Tomlin is that some people think he's too soft in some situations, or too old school in some situations. Going fourth and 1, for example, on your own 45, he always punts.
Yeah,
And that's maybe one reason why the people think, okay, you have to go for it in the modern NFL days, and that's why I am mad sometimes. I'm be totally honest.
I can see the critique sometimes, but I think overall, I don't know what we would see if there was no Tomlin. How the Steelers would look. It might be a chance that we have a 4-13 season. It could be a possibility, So I think the grass is always green on the other side. Everyone's saying fire Tomlin, but I'm thinking, how do you replace a great coach that he is? And now we have like a new fresh face in Kenny Pickett. We have Darnell Washington. We have Jones, who might play into week 4 or 5, depending on how he goes. I still like Dan more, but there's still things happening. I want to see him work out with this new group of people. You know what I mean? And see if they can, and also see if Cam can get a Super Bowl too in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's like a first time for him too. He always had Ben on that was convenient, but now he has a young upcoming quarterback, and that's a whole new situation for him. Yeah.
So
Plus, Omar Khan too.
Now that you mention it, just to discuss it, because it was asked on the show like last week, I guess. Broderick Jones or Dan Moore? Who's your favorite for the blindside spot?
I'd say right now, I think Dan Moore's going to start. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think the way the Steelers do things, I don't think they're going to throw Broderick Jones out there week 1 against who's the 49er, Bosa.
Nick Bosa, yeah.
And they have Javon Hargrave and all those dudes. I don't think you want to throw a rookie in there. It doesn't matter if he's ready or not. I think Dan Moore's been playing for 2 years straight. He started every game pretty much, 30 games in a row. I think you start Dan Moore and you go with what you know. I know it's not a popular take, but
that's actually just my opinion, because you have to I would like to keep like the O-line as far as it's like as it can stay like from last year. I don't want to change too many pieces. So obviously you have to change the guard, but I mean, especially against this pass rush from the 49ers, you want to have like a gang of people like that know each other well.
Yeah, and let's not forget that Dan Moore, he's not the best, but he's good. And he got bigger in the offseason too. And I think he wants to play to be competitive to have that job. But why would, to me as a fan, why would you stick in? They did move up and get him, but why would you want to rush Jones so fast into that position? And if he fails week 1, what's going to happen? Steel Nation's going to yell at him and say he's the worst, he's a bust. Why would you want that? You play Dan Moore until Jones is ready. You have Ciamalo, which is a fantastic sign, by the way. I know what you fellas think. What do you think about that, Ciamalo? Dude's a beast.
One of the best additions in the offseason, I think.
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl last year, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be there. I think Dotson won't be traded. I think he'll be back up, which is pretty good because he's been starting. Mason Cole, I think he's a pretty good center. You have James Daniels who's working his way into it to his second year of a 3rd-year contract. Chooks, people rag on Chooks, but I don't mind him. I think he's okay for what he does. I don't hear too many negative things about him. So I think the line looks so much better. What about 2 years ago in 2021? How was the line now? Shocking. we had rookie guys, and you had Trey Turner and that kind of stuff. You had Chase Claypool doing this stuff.
We don't talk about Chase Claypool anymore. We don't talk about Chase
you
Claypool.
shouldn't do this here.
Chase Claypool is deep down in the blue sea. Chase Claypool, he's not here.
He's
But
crazy, man.
I want to come to one question from Renee. What do you think about Matt Canada?
Ooh, dangerous question.
Well, it's another one, isn't it? It's another one, isn't it? It's another one we're kind of like.
Oh, Canada.
Okay, I'll be very honest. Right now, I'm okay with. I'm fine because I don't want to make myself angry for no reason, right? But week 1, 2, and 3, if I see the Steelers doing the exact same thing as last year, and we have all the talent in the world, and he's not using it, not scheming plays up to get receivers open, they're not scoring points, and I know it comes down to the player as well, chicken and the egg theory too. But if Matt Canada's happy getting 16 points a game, mate, something's got to change. And it does fall on Tomlin too for having that bloke there. But I think this is his last chance, pretty much. Otherwise, they won't do his contract.
Should be, yeah.
But they're gonna run the rock though. They have to run the rock.
Motion, jet sweep, motion, jet sweep, motion, jet sweep. Yeah, I really like that.
The thing is, we stick with Canada and the ways the Steelers do their business. We stay with him the whole season because I don't think they would fire him during the season, no matter how the outcome is. So if it's not working, we're off to a rough season, I guess.
What about the new bloke that came in though? The new guy, the quarterback coach. Will he be a possibility? There's a reason why they brought him to spark things up in the passing game. Kenny can throw, man. Kenny can throw the ball. I think he got better with time over the last few games. I just think Canada hasn't got he's creative in some ways where he does some really odd things with a flea flicker, but it seems like it doesn't really work. It didn't work till after the bye when they ran the rock. Yep. And they have to do that. So that's why they went and got Darnell Jones and those blokes to boost that up and CM Arlo. And now you've got Najee, who's he's going to run angry. He's going to wear the visor. Warren's going to have a big second year. I think people are sleeping on Warren. I think he's going to have
much love for Jalen Warren.
Yeah, man.
The thing I want to discuss about Matt Canada is he was asked in the offseason, now with Kenny Pickett in the second year, if he changed a lot in the playbook, and he said no, he won't change much. But that's not a bad thing, I guess. We just don't know how much of the current playbook they even used last year. So,
yes.
So just no changes doesn't mean they don't have new plays. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty curious about the season and what kind of offense they put in there.
That's why I'm 50-50 with it now. I'm not going to. Last year I was yelling fire Canada. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear me all the way from Australia, and you guys might have been too, because I couldn't handle it, right? But this year, I think with all the pieces in the offseason, Omar Khan has set this team up for success. Kenny Pickett's going to have the first time to have full team reps throughout the whole offseason. He's been working with Robinson too, throwing the football around. He's married. He's got everything's structured in a way with he's just going to go out there and play football, and he wants to win. He won in college or near the last year anyway. So this is something where Canada, if he can't figure this out, I think we're going to lose our minds. I really do. I think every Steelers fan's going to lose their mind if we see a 3rd and 14 jet sweep from the 50-yard line or a shovel pass to Gentry. We saw them last year. Like, why are you doing a shovel pass in 3 and 11 on the 40-yard line? It's not going to go anywhere. But we have to. I don't know. I'm a bit nervous too, but I have a little bit of faith that it should all work out.
You know what I'll get mad about? If Deontay Johnson is coming for that comeback again, running behind the down marker, and I'm like, come on!
So there's another question from Slarty. What were your thoughts about the Steelers picking Kenny Pickett?
You know what? To be very honest, I was hoodwinked, and I was, I guess, gaslit the whole way to cheer on Malik Willis because he had wings with Tomlin. The Steelers media and all the media told me it was going to be Malik Willis. Next minute, Franco Harris is saying Kenny Pickett. I had no idea. And I think Mike Tomlin and those fellas did that on purpose. I think they didn't want to put too much attention on Kenny Pickett because they knew the guy lived across the road in Pittsburgh in the same stadium, right? Or same, office. I was convinced it was going to be Malik Willis, and he was the best next thing, or running quarterback, all that kind of stuff. And now he might even be third stringer quarterback for the Titans. So I was surprised. I was like, Kenny Pickett, oh my goodness. But now watching his season, I think he got better every week. Even though he threw it, the interception was Claypool's fault. But I think, he got better every week. But when I first saw it, I was like, because Tomlin had wings with Malik Willis, I was like, yep, that's the guy. I got fooled, pretty much.
I guess a big reason is with Kenny Pickett, they can play the kind of football they want to play in Pittsburgh. With Malik Willis and other maybe more modern guys, they would have to change a lot concerning the game and how they play it. And that's the main reason, in my opinion, they have chosen Pickett over other guys.
I think Kenny's becoming a bit of a leader too. I think it's a little bit like, I don't know what you guys think about Kenny Pickett and Big Ben in their like mentality. I think Big Ben, he was a leader in a different way. I feel like Kenny Pickett's like grabbing guys by the shoulder pads, and he's going to be a more vocal leader for the team. I already see a lot of confidence in him going forward and being that guy that he is, doing reps in the offseason. I just see some good qualities about him, and also he can shotgun a beer on the stage. I like him so far. I think if he limits mistakes and I guess follows a playbook, I think he's got a chance to get this team to 10 wins this year.
Yeah,
overall.
So, what is your expectation for the season? Right about now, no training camp, obviously, but what do you think is this team capable of?
I actually think, to be honest, and I'm trying to take my black and gold goggles off, but I think they can win the North. I think it's going to be Steelers and Bengals that competing for the North. I feel like Browns are the Browns. They won't do much, to be honest. I think the Ravens can have a chance to win the North if Lamar Jackson stays healthy. But did you know in the last, 5 years, Lamar Jackson has only ever played us once every time a season. He's never been healthy. He's only played 50% of the games. So Ravens are always up there, but if once he goes down or gets hurt or something happens, I feel like it's going to be Steelers and Bengals for a chance. We have an easier schedule this year. I think the Steelers actually can win. I think if their floor is maybe 10 and maybe their ceiling is 12, so maybe like 11 wins. You win 11 wins, compete for the AFC North, and then if you don't get that, you get a chance for the wild card, something like that. Like in the offseason, they've got better players at better positions. They cut Bush. They let him go. They haven't re-signed Benny Snell. Wasn't a big fan of him in the end. They haven't brought back guys that they usually did in the past. They got Peterson. They got Keanu O'Neal. I'm pretty high on him too, the safety. They can play middle linebacker as well. He's a big guy. They signed Ogunjobi 3-year deal. I think they're doing things. You know what I mean? So I would say 11 wins.
Yeah, they kind of got better on every position except middle linebacker, which we don't know yet because all the guys are new. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think you're right. I mean, 10 to 12 wins would be very nice and should be enough to compete for the AFC North. Also, it's a hard division. I mean, we have 2 hard divisions in the AFC and 2 easier divisions. So 10 or 11 wins should qualify for the wild card, of course. Yeah.
Well, I'll ask you guys this question, right? And you guys can go around the room and whatnot. But is there a game out there that we can't win?
No.
Like last year, the Bills and Eagles are going to always, they were favorites. This one, I feel like we can win every game, every single one.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the Bills and the Chiefs. Actually, I guess the Bills have a better roster than the Steelers.
But we don't play this year,
on the regular schedule. There's not one game.
Yeah.
We
cannot win if everything
okay.
runs like it should be.
Yeah. Then no, I don't think that there is no. We can win probably every game. Yeah.
We'll go 17-0
with motion jet sweep. That's
okay. How do you guys feel about that too? How do you guys feel about the jet sweeps?
I'm not sure, man.
I hate it.
Running
like
this
it
3 or 4 times, running it 3 or 4 times in a game is frustrating for me. Making it once efficient, okay.
Yep.
Try it the second time, okay, but not running it into the ground. That's too much. It's
part of their offense, though, isn't it? It's part of their whole offense, though. It's crazy.
I mean, just like you can put it in your playbook. You can play it if you go on from there. Like if you take the same formation and you take the same motion, but you play action of that, and do like shovel passes or whatever you can. Like, there's so much you can do. Like, the thing is, last year, you could tell by how the Steelers line up and how what's their actual formation and what's the personnel actually on the field. You could tell what's happening. So I was like, if Zach Gentry is on the field and Gunnar O, then we call him Günther actually. If Günther is on the field, it will be a run. You could tell,
the year before was worse. The year before when Juju was there, you could be like, Juju's here. He's going to get this slot. Like, oh my goodness, bang, he's lit up. Yeah, it was even worse.
I actually like the play, but how the Steelers run it. Well, when you see that play with other teams, they always have linemen to block in front of the ball carrier. But when we played, the ball carrier is out there all by himself. It seems like that. So it has no chance to develop. That's what I hate about it. Yeah.
It worked with there was one good play with Connor Hayward, but I know what you guys mean. It seems like Matt Canada is relying on it way too much, and there's no real fit or purpose all the time for it. He just does it because he thinks it's going to work or set things up. But Connor Hayward made a good one where he got like 30, 40 yards or something like that. But I agree with you guys. I think actually we're going to probably see more of a running game. But this year, hopefully, if they do run it, you got to do it 3 times, 4 times. That's it. You can't. It can't be a staple of the offense. We've got to see Kenny Pickett go down, to Pickett, to Deontay, to Robinson. Get Muth involved too, third-year player. You need to get Warren involved too. He can catch the ball. He only dropped like 5 passes last year. Najee running forward. The big guys up front with the new offensive line to move forward. But if it is 3rd and 15 and we see a jet sweep, we're all going to pull our hair out, or curse to the world, because that's the way we know Matt Canada is the jet sweeps.
I have a question for the whole room, because we'll be talking about those players already. Do you think in week 1 we will have Robinson playing a lot on the side of Bosa to help out the tackle?
Which player?
The new tight end we drafted.
Donnell Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Washington.
Robinson.
I'm sorry.
Robinson.
I was like, Robinson, maybe.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting confused about that. But Washington.
I think so. I think we've, from what I see with the tight ends, I don't know if you guys agree or not. I reckon they're going to carry 4 tight ends. They're going to keep Gentry because they're good mates with Muth, and they can both block. Darnell, I think, will be involved, and he probably won't. He'll be more limited, I think, to running plays and that might give it away, because look at all the pass catches they already have with all the receivers and running backs. But I think if you put the big fella up front and Dan Moore, whoever it may be, then you got to run that side. You got to run with that direction, because he can do that with Muth. He can do it with Gentry. You might even see the way that the Ravens do things. You know how they have like a 3 tight end set and the running back with the Mark Andrews and those guys. It might be something like that. But it depends if Canada can do it. This is all my Madden brain, But you need the big fellas up front, I think. So it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk about the Ravens offense on here, because we obviously play with a quarterback.
Well, yeah, he's a good player, but I'm glad they signed him, man. I'm glad they signed him. I'm glad
he's a good athlete.
He is, but you know what? TJ Watt and the fellas, man, they know how to play him. They understand how to play with Jackson, and I'm more scared when I see Huntley and I see Jackson. Dead set, because I don't think that Jackson can beat us. He's 1 win, I think, out of 4 or 3.
Is it actually about the tight end discussion? Just what Andre is saying on the live chat right now. We're actually missing a fullback, so there's a good case that there's actually a case that we carry 4 tight ends, as you said, because there's still like this fullback spot that can be part of the next playbook. So, and I guess this one belongs to Connor Hayward.
Do you know what I think is going to happen? Because I looked up some stats last year, and then if you go back and look at the plays, the fullback position was led by Derek Watt. He was only on the field, I think, 50 snaps, or like 4% or 5%, right? He carried it 6 times.
He's pretty much a special teams guy.
Teamer, yeah. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think Monty Pottybalm is a fullback on the training camp roster. I feel like they're going to use Connor Hayward as a Swiss Army knife dude. He's going to be a halfback. Yeah. But there's also been talk too in the locker room. I think it was one of the reporters said that they're going to use Najee Harris and Jalen Warren in a split set. right? And could you imagine seeing that? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, would be
Or
nice.
you're going to use more tight ends and have like Najee back there. You could maybe pull the guard, but that could be pretty hard. But CMR is a big fella too. He might be able to do that, right? Where like the way that Ramon Foster used to do. I'd say they won't have a traditional fullback, and they'll go with Haywood will just play in certain spots. But also too with the third down running back. Last year, look at the stats. I think it was like another 5% or like 40 snaps was for the third down running back. The Steelers don't use more than one or two.
So, Mark, you mentioned your time at Behind the Steel Curtain. So, how was it there?
Oh, it was good fun, man. So I was doing podcasting with me and Maddie we had a show called Steelers Touchdown Under. We've now actually left the show 6 months ago, like on good terms, of course. But now me and Maddie do another podcast on YouTube called Steelers Touchdown Under. So it was fun, man. Like it was a good time. Like I pretty much just said to Bad or Brian Anthony Davis, who's a podcast producer, I wrote him an email when I was a bit drunk. I was like, "Can I come on your show? Can I have a show?" And he said yes. Give me an audition tape. And then me and Maddie filmed an audition tape. I think 3 days later, and then about 4 days after that, we got a job and said, "You guys are going to do a weekly show as on podcasting," and that's how it started. This whole journey on YouTube and all this kind of stuff. And here I am now with you fellas and talking in Germany, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I think the goal for us all is to connect Steelers fans all over the globe, right? I mean, talking to you in Australia, talking to guys in America, talking to guys in Bavaria, maybe. Just a joke. Just a joke.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I'll go. I just want to find out. Firstly, how big is Steelers Nation Germany? Like, what's going on with that? Are you guys similar to me in Australia? And you got many fans over there?
Jonas, it's your part right now.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So we actually like an official association that we founded, and we have like around about 250 members. Yeah, so people who are actually like paying like 10 euros a year for like being part of our association. So and we can take that money, have our own watch parties, and we're meeting in like our headquarters is in Heidelberg. It's an Irish pub, and they show like every Steelers game that they can actually like possibly show. And we meet there, we hang around, we have this freaking watch party in week one. We expect like around about 100 people coming to that party place. Yeah. It's huge. It's become a great thing here, and we're just getting connected with all the other associations from the other franchises as well. Like we have good friends at the Bills Mafia Germany, for example, and it's becoming a great thing here. We have like our own Twitter feed. Like you've seen Andre maybe on the live chat. He's putting so much effort on our Twitter feed, and have our own podcast stuff going on. It's crazy. It's huge.
I saw the other day.
During the season, Andre translates every Mike Tomlin press conference into German on Twitter for the German fans, and that's quite a thing. Yeah.
Shout out to Andre.
Yeah. He's the German Mike Tomlin because he's got some words, man.
Yeah,
I love Mike Tomlin.
The standard is the standard.
What did he say the other one last year? Never say never.
Yeah.
But never.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you guys hear the one too? Am I allowed to swear on the podcast? Did I swear on anyone this one? Or not?
Feel free.
No? When he's fucking working, I'm fucking working. I love that.
Yeah.
People hated that. I thought it was great. The guy's like, "Hey, Mike Tomlin, come over here, man." He's like, "Man, I'm fucking working." I thought, it's like, I love him. I think
that was huge.
It was pretty cool.
It was like one of the best quotes I think I've ever heard him say. Like, just leave him alone. It's halftime. Leave the guy alone.
Yeah.
You know, people got all sad about that. I was like, nah, he's effing working, man. He's great.
So with streaming on Twitch, though, cussing or swearing is not as bad as taking your clothes off. So
yeah, if you have a hot tub, don't take off that shirt, please. Don't take off that shirt.
Or like showing the NFL draft, like
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
See, that's what we did. We had like the first 2 days of the draft. We had our show here. Like we put Here We Know on air and watch the draft together. And like midway through the first round, they kicked us out. They banned us for showing like NFL content. I was like, come on.
I always find that funny though, because in this podcasting world, you have to be entertaining, right? And here we are. It's all you got to do is do like ASMR or be in a hot tub and answer questions, and you get millions of dollars. And I don't know if I was the opposite sex, if I would do that. I probably would actually. I don't know. I think I might go down that route. Just eat money. But here I am. I like talking Steelers. You know what I mean? But it's like it's harder for us, I think, to build that stuff, because if you can't show NFL, but you see all that crazy crap over there, it's insane. Insane.
It is.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because we are running our podcast, I guess, 2.5 years right now, Sasha, right?
Yeah.
2.5 years. And we started with 250 to 300 listeners every week. Now we are at 700 or 800. If we both were naked, maybe there were no audience, but...
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. It has grown a lot in the last 2.5 years. Yeah, we were very proud of that. I can tell you that much
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, to me, you guys are Steelers Nation Germany. That's what I'm saying. It's the YouTube. That's like you represent that. I think pretty well. Even though like I have seen the videos before, I have no idea what you're saying, but I see the black and gold. I'm like, let's go. Let's talk. So you guys are doing well, man. You guys are doing real well.
Thank you.
So,
are there any more questions?
You know what else do I want to know? Okay. When I was over in Europe, right, I got stitched up. I went to the Bavarian beer halls, or what do you have at the big beers over there?
Yeah.
But they took me to one that was just me and my bus group. I didn't see any public, and I was like, "What's the point? You know, are they as fun as they sound, with everyone drinking, having a good laugh, and you know, the big beers and stuff like that?" Because I experienced one, but it was like a private room with just my bus, no one else, and I was like, "What's the point? It's like 30 Aussies drinking beer in a room, but I should have been at a pub." Is it fun?
You have to go to the Oktoberfest, and then you have to go to the Löwenbräu tent.
Oh,
yeah, the whole tent, I guess, the whole tent. It felt like the whole tent is full with Australians.
Yeah, probably
going nuts, drinking and partying, and that was really, it was fun to see. But normally, I mean,
hey, are we annoying? Australians annoying? You can be honest. I bet you they are.
If you just watch them, it's fun. But if you're getting involved with some guys, it could be annoying. Yeah,
I guess the British are worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know Australians on holidays, when they go and drink, and they act like it's their house a lot of times.
Yeah.
And they run around, everyone's their mate like this. Like I get a little bit like that, but I'm a bit more observational of certain things. I know how it can be. I would say you guys would be like, bloody Aussies.
When you the time you came over to Germany, was it by yourself, or were you a part of a group?
Yeah, it was with a tour. So a lot of Australians, we do a thing called Contiki. We're sold that pretty much by our travel agency called Contiki. Did it by myself.
That's the reason you had that Aussie group just in a single room, because that's what I like to do. That
I would have went to
tourists,
a bar.
shipping them around to different places, and just it would be more fun to come to do more private journey. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there were times like looking back, I should have just went. You know, I've already met my guys on the tour on the bus. I've seen you for 20 days. I don't care about you anymore, the bus guys. I'm going to go and talk to anyone else. Because in that room, it was like, we're drinking the beers, having fun. But it's like, I've already met you 7 days ago. I want to go meet like actual Germans, you know what I mean? Or actual people like in the culture. So we didn't have that experience, but like, it was still okay. But
here it is. The next time you want to come over, you know people now.
See, it's the official invite.
A room.
It's official invite. You come to week 1. You come to Bochum. You join us. just fly here.
If I'm wearing
Put
this,
some
you'll be able to spot me in the city, would you? Look, that guy's going to the pub, that week 1 pub for San Fran, wearing this stuff.
Yeah.
No, hopefully in time.
There will be guys around wearing the same jersey. So
yeah. In time, I hope to get back there, try and save some coin. The next stop, I think, is going to be America. I want to see the game again. I'm like hooked on the game. So 2024, I think, and that's going to be a big year for the Steelers too. But in time, if I can, because I know there's a bar as well in Italy, some like big Steelers bar in Italy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind the place. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, in Rome. I was there. They have a Jesus statue, and the Jesus statue is wearing a Steelers helmet. Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
I'm doing that stuff. Like I'm taking my YouTube page with me to show them. And like, if I'm going to, on a holiday, I'm going to be somehow Steelers. So if I'm going to Germany, I will find that pub where you guys are. Or if it's Italy, I walked around Switzerland and I was wearing a shirt and some guy's like, "Hey man, are you from Pittsburgh?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm made Australia." And he couldn't believe himself. He's like, "What are you doing here in Switzerland wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt?" I'm like, "Because they're my team. That's why." So I think we all have that passion though, man. Like if you guys, there's no Aussie pubs yet. I'm trying to find in my network of people. I'm trying to find a Steelers fan who has a pub, but no one has a pub yet. We haven't found one.
You should find one.
I'm trying. On the website where you put it like location down. I'm trying to find out like an Australian pub where we can meet up, but it's not as big as your guys' stuff over there with like a lot of members. It's just random people all around Australia on Facebook. Not as big just yet.
You should move to Germany. Just come over here.
I would be so lost. I wouldn't know how to. I'd have to speak, learn the language. But
you know Sasha now, Jonas, and me. So you will meet 250 other people in the Steelers Nation Germany.
Crazy Inzas.
Yeah. But that's what it's all about. Like if I had the coin and if I had a job over there, I don't know what the laws are to get certain jobs and whatnot, but I would love to do that again if I can. I want to travel again. That's why I think it's so much fun what we can do, because we can talk our talk, but also wear our gear anywhere we go. I don't know if you guys do. When I go to the airport, I'm wearing anything. And I want people to say, "Hey, man, go Steelers." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, fist bump, let's go." Even in Pittsburgh, I had so many people doing that.
If you do, just let us know. It's all
100%. I won't surprise you. Hey, go.
Mark, thank you for joining us on that stream. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, Chet, for all these questions. Thank you very much. Have a good day and take care. Goodbye.
Awesome.